This video was voted the best woodworking video ever made, so you don't want to miss this one. In today's video, I'm going to show you some awesome woodworking projects that you can build in a few hours and for less than $5. These projects will make great Father's Day gifts, or you can sell them for 500% profit. Enough talking, now let's get to building. My first build is super easy and very customizable. All you need is about 12 to 14 inches of a 1x8. This build is perfect for any dad that wears boots or just is fat like me and has a hard time getting your shoes off. Okay, so now we need to lay out the boot groove. So grab your tape measure and a pencil. Okay, so we're gonna measure down 5 inches from your top. Then I'm gonna mark it with my square. Now I need to find the center of my 1x8, which is actually 7 1/8, and that is 3 9/16. And I'll double check it this way and make sure it's the same. Yep, 3 9/16 roughly. Then I'm gonna make a line. Then I'm gonna make a mark at 4 inches from the top, which is 1 inch from your line, because we're gonna drill a 2-inch hole right there. I'm gonna clamp the board to my workbench, so if the Forstner bit catches, it doesn't take off and spin the board on me. So the little line we made earlier that's 4 inches from the top is gonna be the center of our drill bit. Now I put a piece of particle board underneath of this board so I don't blow out the back when I go through, and also I can tell by looking at it when I go through this board because the wood's gonna change. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my square and I'm gonna make a line right above the circle, where it's touching the circle. That should be roughly 3 inches below from the top. So this circle is 2 inches. I want to come out 3 inches. So I want to go each way 1.5 inches. So I'm going to make a mark there and then come out here 1.5 inches and make another mark right there. And then we're going to come up to the top, and this is going to be 4 inches. So put it at the 4 mark or whatever mark you want, and then just go over this way 2 inches, and then go 1, 2 over this way 2 inches. Now we're just going to play connect the dots. I'm going to connect this dot as close towards touching my circle on the edge. Do that on both sides. Should be about the middle of your circle. If it's easier, you can make a line to give you a reference point for the middle. And then I'm about the same on each side, so I'm good. And then from there, you want to take and connect these 2 dots. Now, if I'm overcomplicating this, you could take this all the way straight over if you wanted to your circle. You don't even have to make a circle. You could cut a groove like this. You could cut a big U in this, and it's pretty much the same. I like this. It works a little bit better, in my opinion, in case you have different sizes. Maybe your dad has cankles. I don't know.
Now that's a cankle.
And then get your jigsaw, or you can even use a bandsaw if you got one, and go ahead and cut out that middle section. Is anybody else weirded out about Father's Day? It's always been a weird holiday for me because my dad, he went for a pack of cigarettes and a gallon of milk back in 1978 and he never came home. So I've never actually bought or made a Father's Day gift for anybody. Actually, I take that back. I did for my uncle. Now flip your board over, and on the back side, you're going to measure down 6 inches and then make a line. Now take a piece of the same wood you're using, put it on that 6-inch line, get it nice and even, and then mark the other side. So you end up with a line like this. That's where your foot's gonna be. It's gonna be about 6 inches from the top, and it's gonna hold it like this. Okay, so now we need to put a foot or a leg or a kickstand, whatever you wanna call it, onto our boot jack. And you need about a 2.5 inch to a 2.25 inch piece of the same material. And you could either put it in it just like this and use screws from the top or dowels from the top. What I'm gonna do to make it a little bit sturdier is I'm gonna cut in a 1/4 inch dado underneath here using my table saw. You're gonna wanna cut the bottom of your leg that comes in contact with the floor at a 15-degree angle. And then from the longest point, you're gonna make it about 2.5 inches if you're gonna cut a groove. If you're not gonna cut a groove, do it about 2.25 inches. But really 1/4 inch doesn't matter either way. Now I'm gonna use my miter sled to cut my dado, and I'm just gonna use a regular blade and make several passes. If you don't have a miter sled, you can always use a miter gauge, but also if you want to build one, I have a tutorial on how I built this one. It's pretty simple. I mean, I almost quit woodworking. I made about 82 mistakes, but other than that, it was pretty simple. All right, let's see if it fits. Look at that. Like a glove. What movie is that from? If you guys leave it in the comments, you get 50 Jasco bucks. So because it looks like I cut this in the back of a getaway car, I'm using some sandpaper to sand out the humps in it. Now I'm going to put a round over bit in my router and I'm going to smooth out all the edges on this thing. And if you noticed, I even checked to make sure I was going the right direction this time. In my Mother's Day video, the one where I did them shelves for the kitchen counter, I was going the wrong direction, and luckily you guys have my back in the comments and I appreciate you guys let me know. So now I make sure I go the right direction. And if you notice, I moved the project to the corner because you get more support when you clamp it like this because the corner kind of jets out under it a little bit more. I've shown you guys these before on my channel. These are the bench cookies. They call them. These are by Mills Craft. They're called Tri-Grips. They used to be less than $8. Now they're $9 or $8.99. They're for putting stuff like this on because I always have like glue on my bench. So when I'm sanding something or sometimes using the router on something, I put them on these bench cookies and it holds them in place. I've showed you this before. That's not why I'm showing you this right now. I ended up buying the really good ones. Well, they're not really good ones. I haven't used them yet, but they're twice the price. They're the Rockler ones. I don't know if they're the originators, but they're double the price. So these are $19 for 4 of them, and these are $8.99 for 4 of them, or are they $18? Maybe these are $17.99 for 4 of them. The Rocklers. That's what they were when I looked today. I don't know what it'll be because, like I said, these used to be less than $8. But I wanted to see which ones work better. Are these worth double the money? Now, these have been used. I wiped them off a little bit with a wet rag because as you get dust and stuff in them, they kind of slip a little. All you gotta do is wipe them off with a wet rag and they work again. All you do is you just put your work on it and then look at that. I'm not even holding it. It's just on its own, it's staying on there. I don't know how you could do much better than that to charge double. So let's check out the Rocklers. Right away, I can see this is more of a hard rubber on these. And it's sticking to my finger. And this is more of a soft, like drawer liner material on the Rocklers. Yeah, they work pretty good. I don't know. They may work better. It's hard to say. It's not sliding at all. On these, I could get it to slide. So it is a better grip, I would say. Is it worth it for double the price when it pretty much does the same thing? Where the Rocklers really did a lot better was when I used the orbital sander. As you can see, the Tri-Grips were vibrating around and moving, and the Rocklers, they didn't move as much. And I think it's because they have a softer padding on them, and it absorbs more of the vibration than the harder rubber on the other ones. So there you go. Now we know. These ones come with this little plastic carrying case, so that's kind of nice too. I don't know if you're supposed to keep it, but it holds them better. These don't really come with anything like that. Let me know in the comments if you guys own any of these and which ones you guys would prefer. They're both on Amazon. I'll link them both in the description. So after I got it sanded, I just glued the leg on it, the support. Don't ask me why I look like Sling Blade while I'm doing stuff.
Let me think.
So I let my glue set up for a little while. Now I want to add some dowels because I don't think the glue is strong enough because you're going to be putting your foot on here and stuff. So I got my combination square set up. And this is halfway in the middle of that leg. And then I'm gonna come in from the side 1.5 inches. So I'm gonna mark it there. Then I'll come over here and do the same exact thing. I'm gonna mark it here. So this is where my dowel's gonna go. Then I just use my drill block and a 3/8 brad tipped bit to drill my holes for the dowels. One of my favorite things about woodworking, even if you don't sell this stuff and you just make it for yourself, is that it's so therapeutic. Like this past week, I've had a couple of stressful events happening to me. One thing was my Jasco Goods Instagram account got deleted, got banned from Meta. I guess Meta, the company that owns Facebook and Instagram, they have a rogue AI that's been for like weeks now, for months I guess actually, has been deleting people's accounts just arbitrarily with no reason and no recourse to get it back. So this last week, they deleted my Jasco Goods Instagram and my Jasco Goods Facebook account. And on top of that, they deleted my personal Facebook account and also banned my personal Instagram account. And there's no way for me to get it back. There's nothing I can do. It's just it's done. I looked it up and trying to figure out what was going on. And I saw there's like a Reddit page and I saw lots of posts on different social media sites where I guess it's been going on for a while. So it's kind of relieving that it's not just me, but then at the same time, I kind of feel bad for all these people that, like me, spent all this time building up a page and building up some followers and working hard, and they just come along and take it away like it's nothing. Let me know if you guys have been affected by that or you know anybody that has in the comments. I know everybody's going to be really shocked, but I'm using the Provincial stain again on this project. Everybody probably thinks this is my favorite stain and that's why I use it all the time. Well, it's actually not. My favorite stain color I'm going to actually use in this video on my next project, so you'll get to see that. The reason I use Provincial all the time is because it's just a very good stain for pine. When you're making stuff out of pine, not all stains look good on pine. I don't have to use a preconditioner, and it just comes out really good. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, whether you guys like this one or you like my next stain better. So while that's drying, it's going to take a couple of days. We'll start the next project, and then I'll come back and I'll do the big reveal on that one and show you how it works. For this project, you're going to need about 26 inches of a 2x6. You're going to need 2 boards that are 9 inches, and then 2 more boards that are 4 inches. So out of your 2 9-inch boards, pick which one you like the best. This one has a knot in it, so this is going to be my front board. So now I'm going to find the center, and half of 9 is 4.5. Then I'm going to measure up 3 inches right at that center spot. Now, if this makes it easier, you can measure in about 1 inch, just so you have a reference. Now, I'm going to use a paint can. I got a regular paint can here, and I'm going to put it to where it's on that 3-inch mark, and then I'm going to center it between my 2 marks right here. So, about right there. Does that look about centered? Now I'm going to make a line. Bam! Now I'm going to use my bandsaw to cut out this circle, but you could use a jigsaw if you want. The other day I heard somebody in a video call a jigsaw a saber saw, and that's what he kept calling it. Have you ever heard that term before? It's been a long time since I've heard the term saber saw, but is a saber saw and a jigsaw the same thing? If anybody knows, let me know down in the comments, or if you've ever even heard it called a saber saw before. So I routed the whole outside of the front with a nice round over. It's a 1/4 inch. And now I'm going to just round over this part on the inside a little bit. Just this part, not these edges, because you'll see that when you put it together. Then I sanded this down with my belt sander. You can use an orbital sander. I just use my belt sander because it's faster and easier. Before I assemble this, I want to put some holes to hang it on the wall. I'm going to come in 3 inches from the edge and then go down 1 inch from the top. So about right here. Then I'll do the same thing on this side. Then I'm going to mark it with a punch. I know I didn't explain that good at all for some reason, but this is the backboard, and it's actually upside down. So you're looking at the inside of the backboard, and I'm drilling these holes closer to the top edge. So this thing's going to go together just like this. I'm just doing a little dry run, and I'm just going to glue mine and use some pin nails to hold it together. But this is how it basically goes together. Pretty simple, nothing extraordinary to it. The second stressful thing that happened to me this week was we got a new HOA. I hate HOAs. I despise HOAs. I think it's un-American and they should be abolished. But anyways, we got new board members and they have a fetish with parking. They hate people parking for some reason. So they put up a new thing where if you park in our common area, you can only park there for 3 days at a time. Well, I have a truck that usually sits in the overflow. I don't drive it every day. Well, after 4 days of me not driving it, I got a abandoned vehicle sticker put on it. So they made a rule that we're not allowed to park on our street or you'll get towed. And if you do park in one of the overflow parking spaces, you can't park there for more than 3 days. What idiot came up with this? What if you go on vacation for a week? Are you going to come back and your car's towed? What if you work from home? You got to go out and move your car every 3 days? It's just ridiculous. You know, people have enough problems in their life without having to worry about how long has my car been in a spot. But luckily for me, I have Woodworking to help me cope. What do you guys think? You guys like HOAs? Am I wrong about this? Let me know in the comments. All right, you guys want to see what my favorite stain is? Or are you thinking, who gives a crap? Just stain it. Well, here it is anyways. Can you guess what color it is? Well, how would you even tell me? Boo! It's called Dark Walnut. It's a lot darker than the Provincial, and it has a lot of different tones to it. I wish I knew how to say that more smartly. Oh, I wish I knew how to say what I just said more smartly. I don't even think more smartly is a word, is it? I need a channel where I'm just coloring in a coloring book or something like that. This is too complicated for me. So I let both projects dry for a couple of days, and then I clear coated both of them with a water-based polyurethane, the bare one that I always use. Now, something oil-based would have probably been more appropriate for the boot jack since it's going to be coming in contact with your foot. The oil is a little bit more durable than the water, but I don't care. Well, bam! I want to show you guys how this works, but I got to change from my garage shoes into my work shoes. Okay, you ready? Put one foot on here to hold it down. Put your other foot in here. Well, bam! Look at that. No more passing out, taking your shoes off.
You need to lose weight immediately.
I wanted to put a little spin on my second project and show how you can customize it. So I used my laser engraver and I cut out some letters. Now, if you don't have a laser engraver, you can always buy little wooden letters from the store, or you can even use vinyl letters. Man, I hate when you get a piece of wood stuck in your A-hole and you can't get it out. Come on, A-hole, let it go. There it goes. So here's what it would look like if you personalized the shoehorn. Although I wouldn't use protruding letters like this, I would burn it right into it. So I was gonna put Dad on this and give it to myself for Father's Day, because I know I'm just getting a pair of socks. But my wife said, no, I can't do that. Notice I said Dad, not Daddy. This generation thinks you ruined the word Daddy. It means something totally different now. My daughter calls me Father or Dad. No more Daddy.
Hey, Daddy, when you gonna stop playing?
So instead, I'm gonna put Jasco. Now you can use the piece that you cut the letters out of as a template to make sure you line them up and put them in right. Just make sure you don't put any glue where the holes in the letters are. Like I don't want any glue in my A-hole right now.
Grow up.
I'm also gonna put 5 hooks in the bottom, and I want them to be evenly spaced apart. So in a 9-inch bore, that's every 1.5 inches, I need to put a hook. Ready for the big reveal? Well, bam, look at that. I think it's awesome, man. I think it came out pretty good. I like the way the letters came out on there. My wife pointed out I got 5 letters, 5 hooks for 5 keys. And then look, I got a stack of hats in here. I got 5 hats. I could probably fit more. Boom, look at that. You're leaving the house, you need your sunglasses, you need a pair of keys. You could put a dog leash and hanging on here. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Would you build one of these? Is this a good gift for your dad? Let me know. I apologize for the back of my head. It's like I got a second mouth back there. Hi, I'm Jasco. Welcome to my channel.